Hi, I'm Alanis Morissette, and these are my words and music. I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm poor, but I'm kind. I'm short, but I'm healthy, yeah. I'm high, but I'm grounded. I'm sane, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm lost, but I'm hopeful, baby. And what it all comes down to is that everything's gonna be fine, fine, fine. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is giving a high five. I'm drunk, but I'm sober. I'm young and I'm underpaid. I'm tired, but I'm working, yeah. I care, but I'm restless. I'm here, but I'm really gone. I'm wrong and I'm sorry, baby. And what it all comes down to is that everything's gonna be quite alright. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is flicking a cigarette. What it all comes down to is that I haven't got it all figured out just yet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 'cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is giving the peace sign. I'm free, but I'm focused. I'm green, but I'm wise. I'm hard, but I'm friendly, baby. I'm sad, but I'm laughing. I'm brave, but I'm chicken shit. I'm sick, but I'm pretty, baby. And what it all boils down to is that no one's really got it figured out just yet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 'cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is playing the piano. And what it all comes down to, my dear friends, yeah, yeah, is that everything is just fine, 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 fine. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is heading a taxi cab.
I think we wrote Hand in My Pocket in about 5 minutes, and the vocals were the first take vocals for the demo, and we actually attempted to re-record it. We didn't attempt to, we did re-record it, and then we wound up using the demo itself because it had this sort of ineffable quality to it. And that set a precedent for us to use the first or second take vocals from all the demos on the record. Glenn Ballard and I, who wrote it together, we hadn't formally begun yet, and I just wrote all the lyrics to Hand in My Pocket. And I just thought, it's an interesting portal into the conversation around how multitudinous we can be as humans, you know, that we have all these parts. You know, one part of me can be really inspired, another part can be exhausted on the floor, another part is pissed off at somebody, and they're all happening at the same time. So in some ways, it's an invitation into investigating, for lack of a better term, who's in here, you know, what's going on in here. And part of being an artist for me is really getting into and tilling the soil in this interiority. It's terrifying in here. And I remember my son, who's now 14, when he was 4, he was feeling a lot of feelings. And I said, let's see what's going on inside. And he said, I don't want to go in there, it's terrifying. And I said, well, you don't have to go in alone, I'll go in with you, you know. So in some ways, Hand in My Pocket, all songs really for me, but is an invitation to know that we can be multiple things at all times. It's what makes life interesting to me. These songs, when I write them, I'm not thinking, and I'm alone in a room, so it's incredibly vulnerable, and I'm not in any kind of editing mode while I'm writing. I'm just, the music and lyrics are all happening at the same time. And I don't write them with a goal in mind. There's no manipulation around sharing it other than it feels mandatory to not only express myself, because I get depressed if I don't, but also just to share it. There's some element to my calling that feels like public is okay, even though my temperament says don't. So there's that inner conflict again of, you know, I'm a poodle inside of a black stallion body. Like when I wrote Hands Clean, the verses are about, I'm being spoken to by this person who the song's about, and then in the chorus is, it's basically a dialogue captured. And I love doing that in songs where I can embody someone else and voice their voice and then have a communication with it. So the only thing about songwriting for me, at first I thought I was going to get away with having all my healing happen in the songwriting process, but I quickly came to see that art making is very cathartic, but it's not healing unless it's relational. So that plan didn't work. It's an imperative to write. So there's an urgency to it, even if the subject matter is soft or tender. There's an urgency to get the song out. And Glenn Ballard used to use the metaphor that he felt like I was hooking up to an IV unit when I was writing. Or Guy Sigsworth, I collaborated with him. He would say to me every day I came in, he'd say, well, what horse from the apocalypse is coming in today, Alanis? And that's when they asked me to write a song that was a party song. My record company was like, we think it could be time for you to write a party song. I was like, oh yeah, I'll write a party song. I'll write about what it's like to be an introvert at a party losing your mind. Anyway, that's when I covered my humps. It won't be my song that I wrote, but I could do someone else's party song. So when it came time to shoot the video for it, my record company sat down with me and they said, we think it'd be really sweet if we brought in a bunch of like 12-year-olds and then it's karaoke. And I said, have you heard the song? So there were 12-year-olds in the video, but the empowered 12-year-olds. And I love hearing other people's interpretations of this song, Hands Clean in general. I remember someone came up to me and they said, I love that song you wrote about your lesbian teacher. It's so good. And I was like, which teacher? Because there were a few. But yeah, I don't correct anybody. It's not mine to be interpreted after it's out in the world, so. But when I'm writing, it's just sort of this channeled, unfettered experience, and then the sharing of it is just, you know, if there's something in this that resonates with you, use it. It's for you.
If it weren't for your maturity, none of this would have happened. If you weren't so wise beyond your years, I would have been able to control myself. And if if it weren't for my attention, you wouldn't have been successful. And if it weren't for me, you would never have amounted to very much. This could get messy, but you don't seem to mind. And don't go telling everybody, and overlook this supposed crime. And we'll fast forward to a few years later, and no one knows except the both of us. And I have honored your request for silence, and you've washed your hands clean of this. You're essentially an employee, and I like you having to depend on me. And you're a kind of protege, and one day you'll say you learned all you know from me. And I know you depend on me like a young thing would to a guardian. I know you sexualize me like a young thing would, and I think I like it. Oh, this could get messy, but here you don't seem to mind. And oh, don't go telling everybody, and overlook this supposed crime. And we'll fast forward to a few years later, and no one knows except the both of us. And I have honored your request for silence, and you've washed your hands clean of this. What part of our history's reinvented and under rug swept? And what part of your memory is selective and tends to forget what with this distance it seems so obvious? Just make sure you don't tell on me, especially to members of your family. And we best keep this to ourselves and not tell any members of our inner posse. And I wish I could tell the world, 'cause you're such a pretty thing when you're done up properly. And I might want to marry you one day if you watch that weight and you keep your firm body. And oh, this could get messy, but you don't seem to mind. And oh, don't go telling everybody, and overlook this supposed crime. And we'll fast forward to a few years later, and no one knows except the both of us.
Jagged Little Pill, the musical, allowed me to live my values pretty explicitly. And what I mean by that is I was just working with people who I could lean on and they could lean on me. And there were times where I would zoom in because I could see I was needed. Might have been a moment of psychological opinion needed. Or so I would weigh in when I could see that they needed support. And when they didn't, I would just lean back during the making of the musical. I just remember being in front of a whiteboard with Diablo Cody and Diane Paulus and Tom Kidd. We were all in the room together. And we'd be talking about the story, and Diablo Cody is the first person to say that these characters were born from the songs. So I think that's why there's a cohesiveness to the musical. It was a dream come true in terms of collaboration and relaxing, because in some ways I wasn't carrying at all. It was us as a collective. We all really collaborated in a way that I had always spoken about and talked about it being the ideal relational artistic experience, but this took it to a whole other level. When Glenn and I wrote Ironic, this was the first of the songs written for the whole record, and I wasn't writing wildly autobiographically quite yet, more sort of storytelling, getting to know Glenn, and at one point I didn't want the song in the record because I thought that it was sort of, for lack of a better term, our warm-up, but I loved the song, so it's not that I had any issues with it, but I just thought that was one of the last songs where I wasn't entirely talking about sort of that inside-out approach. So, but people got really triggered by the malapropism or whatever the word. I am a linguist. I'm obsessed with linguisticisms. I also love making up words, and I also don't care. So navigating those three is fun. Where I go when people are triggered by anything is I quickly go to what's at the epicenter of this? What is everyone really up in arms about? Why is everyone laughing? And I think we're afraid to look stupid. So I think because who is a linguist and then misuses a word? What kind of person does that is where I go. But I wasn't being precious about it, and I think a lot of lyrics around the planet, many, many artists, most of us aren't being wildly precious about it. So I'm 90% grammar police, which is the real irony, and then 10% I really couldn't care less. So I think the 10% won over on that song.
An old man turned 98. He won the lottery and died the next day. It's a black fly in your Chardonnay. It's a death row pardon, 2 minutes too late. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think it's like rain on your wedding day? It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's the God of yours that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Mr. Play It Safe was the freight fly. He packed his suitcase and kissed his kids goodbye. He waited his whole damn life to take that flight. And as the plane crashed down, he thought, well, isn't this nice? And isn't it ironic? Don't you think it's like rain on your wedding day? It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's the God of yours that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Well, life is a funny way of sneaking up on you when you think everything's okay and everything's going right. Anyhow, well, life Life has a funny way of helping you out when you think everything's gone wrong and everything blows up in your face. A traffic jam when you're already late. No smoking sign on your cigarette break. It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. It's meeting the man of my dreams and meeting his beautiful husband. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. And yeah, I really think it's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's the debt for yours that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figures?
Someone the other day asked me, tell me some of the differences between performing in the 90s and performing now. And there are many differences, but the only one I really thought of off the top of my head was, now when I'm on stage, I do things like this. Woo! Whereas in the 90s, I was just like, help me, somebody help me. Now I'm just partying, apparently. There was a period of time in the 90s where I couldn't even look at anybody, and I was really happy that the rooms were dark because the intimacy invitation was too much for me, and now I can look at people for 3 seconds. For next month. No, just kidding. No, there's more intimacy now, and rest is, it's just a declaration of what I wish for those I love the most, especially those who are mired in work addiction and productivity and achievement. You know, we live in a culture that says we're supposed to be productive and we're supposed to be all these things, and yet all of these things, all these brass rings we're chasing, can be debilitating to take that on. So we're caught between what we're being told externally to do and what our whole internal somatic body experience is telling us. So the best gift of getting older for me is that I implicitly trust my body now. So if I hear a request or anything and my body says no, well, then there's the answer. I used to think I had to sort of intellectually back that up, and now if the body says no, then we're done. And then this song was also inspired by a lot of my acquaintances and friends, some of whom passed away just based on how intense it is to be an empath and an introvert in the public eye and a really sensitive person in the public eye. It's like there's this muscle of interiority and sensitivity that allows for art being made. And I remember Sinead O'Connor said this too, where she said, everyone loves the songs and the yields from us artists, but we're suffering, you know? And so for me, this song was sort of marking the suicidality that comes from how intense it is to feel so deeply in a world that sends a lot of very confusing messages to us. And there's no handbook for that. There's no handbook for fame, and there's no handbook for how to navigate fame if you're Kurt Cobain or if you're a sensitive creature, you know. I used to run around hoping to get a mentor of a kind. You know, I remember seeing Annie Lennox at the Brit Awards going, hi, you know, in the back of my mind thinking, will you be my mommy? She was like, so lovely to meet you, and then runs off. And I was like, oh, okay. I'll try again next time. What I kept, 90s were not about the sisterhood as such, but I kept trying to find someone who I could vent with or lean on, and it took a couple decades. So that, to me, that speaks to what the song Rest is about, that, you know, this one human being is giving so much, and then isolated in a way, because I thought fame would bring us all closer, But in some ways, it can actually kind of create this othering, which was really painful at first, but more on that some other time. I have a lot of empathy for so many artists, and I have a really sweet, now in 2025, 26 era, I just feel like I have a really sweet relationship with very sensitive artists, all genders. Just, we do have a community now, and a lot of people who are in the public eye and challenged, I just invite them to reach out to me, because I would be so happy to support you.
All these relief givers, the needle sure revs in the red. Chemicals like hugs from inside, they feel like my best friend. You think me a coward, but I am a warrior with many voices in my head. When I looked around and I reached out, I saw no alternative. And God rest our souls. And this substance is the only comfort I know. He's been pushing for a while. Can we cut this man some slack and let him lie down? Let him lie down. We are a country dead, spread for the embryonic. I'm cold and I'm hungry, and I yearn for a hand on my forehead. You think it's a walk in the park and it's easy. She's got it as good as it gets. This misunderstanding's a line between living and being the walking dead. And God rest our souls. And the more I take, the less comfort I know. She's been pushing for a while. Can we cut this woman slack and let her lie down? Let her lie down. The more that you hurl at me, the more I will curl up in my bed. Where's the humanity? Aren't we all hovering around the same end? Door number 1, 2, and 3 having promises that aren't really enough to be kept. You wish me a speedy recovery, but when you turn, I from the depths. And God, rest. God, please rest our souls. This is the surest exit I have known. We've been hurting for a while. Can we cut ourselves some slack and let us lie down? Let 'em lie down. Let her lie down. Let me lie down.
I always feel like forgiveness is pushed too early. You know, like I'll be really upset about something, and someone will say, "Well, you're going to need to forgive." Let me be angry for 7 minutes. And then I think forgiveness emerges naturally. Like, it's not something that I have to will myself. And on a spiritual level too, like, is there something to forgive? We're all just running around stepping on each other's toes, and some of us take responsibility and some of us don't. And there's effects and consequences to that. And I'm just telling my kids how exciting it is to take responsibility, how fun it is, and how easy. I just love anger so much. It gets such a bad rap. I think it gets a bad rap, obviously, because we think, when we hear anger, we think destruction. We think harm, we think bullying, we think murder, genocide, hate. But it's inaccurate, because anger moves worlds, anger sets boundaries, anger underpins all activism that I do. So it's really about transmuting it for our purposes and our goals, you know. And it's a fiery emotion, and yes, it could have people want to punch people or turn tables over. But I always say to my kids, I'm like, yeah, I do want to punch that person, but here's why I'm not going to. So validating the emotion and then going in to be a socialized creature and play well in the sandbox with other people. We don't actually punch people. So I think the record company at the time wanted Hand in My Pocket first. And I just remember thinking, women get reduced a lot, or women, whatever, humans, we get reduced. Like, oh, that person's the funny person, and then we move on, or we just kind of reduce in general sometimes. So I just thought, if I'm going to be reduced to a feeling, which at the beginning, if I'm going to be one-dimensionalized, which is it's inevitable in the public eye, what would I want to be one-dimensionalized as? Would I rather be seen as the angry woman or the people-pleasing woman? And all these are true anyway. But I said, I think anger would be the most fun. So I fought for it. I didn't have to fight. I just was really excited about You Ought to Know. And I remember writing the song, and then I turned to Glenn and I said, obviously we're going to need to play with those lyrics. And he said, why? And he said, is that what you mean? And I said, yes. And he said, okay, well, let's keep it. And I said, okay. So we didn't change anything. And we didn't change anything with any of the songs. I remember writing You Ought to Know, and I waited 10 years, and I wanted a response song from somebody. And I never got one. So I wrote the song called A Man as a response to me. Here's what you do when no one's talking to you. You talk to yourself. I got excited to be the spokesperson very briefly on behalf of anger, and that was really fun because it was a nice catalyst for me to talk about it with people and actually get into the real emotions that we're feeling. And we live in a culture in general that is terrified of feelings. And this isn't just men. Women often are told, definitely don't be angry. Don't be scared. I'm always scared. I'm scared right now. And so don't be scared, don't be angry. And some moments of messaging that looked like, don't be happy. So I was like, okay, so what's left? So anytime I can be a support or a champion for feelings, I am. And I'm not talking about the destruction and the acting out. I'm talking about the raw feeling. And it creates art. It creates all the things we love. It creates movies. So, and you can advocate for your child by being pissed off about something. So I just want to turn the frown upside down on anger. As I got older, anger didn't go anywhere. I think anger just showed up differently. So whereas in my 20s, I may have been reactive, took things personally, you know, sometimes. As I got older, it was like, it just turned into activism. It turned into me realizing that it would move worlds. My anger moves worlds. It has me show up. You know, 50% of the time I'm showing up because I'm pissed about something and I want to be part of the change. I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. I know the version of me, is she perverted like me? Would she go down on you in a theater? Does she speak eloquently? And would she have your baby? I'm sure she'd make a really excellent mother. 'Cause the love that you gave that we made wasn't able to make it enough for you to be open wide. No. And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me to hold me till you died, till you died? But you said alive, and I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny way of the cross I bear that you gave to me. I don't know. You seem very well. Things look peaceful. I'm not quite as well. I thought you should know. Did you forget about me, Mr. Duplicity? I hate to bug you in the middle of dinner, but it was a slap in the face how quickly I was replaced. And are you thinking of me when you fuck her? 'Cause the love that you gave that we made wasn't able to make it enough for you to be open wide. No. And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me to hold me till you died, till you died? But you said alive, and I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny way across I bear that you gave to me. I don't know. The joke that you laid in the bed, that was me, and I'm not gonna fade as soon as you close your eyes. And you know it,
And every time I scratch my nails down someone else's back, I hope you feel it. Well, can you feel it? Well, I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny you a cross I bear what you gave to me. You, I don't know why I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny you a cross I bear what you gave to me. You, I don't know.
I'd like to introduce my bandmates to you. This is Julian Coriel on guitar. Jason Orm on guitar as well. And Mike Farrow on piano, trumpet. I love you. Touring with these gentlemen has been a very healing experience for me. We were driving in a country somewhere, and the driver was being really mean to me. And I said, please stop the car. And he yelling at me. And then I said, please stop the car. And he's like, I'm gonna stop this car. And then I said, yeah, that's what I'm asking you to. Just let me out. And so I got out, and my bandmates, all of you, were behind me. And they switched cars so fast with me. And when they were jumping into the car, I turned to Steve and I said, don't let this driver say anything terrible about women. And the second you got in, he said, women these days, that feminist movement, they're talking too much. And then Steve said to him, yeah, we love Alanis. She's our favorite boss in the world. And then there was an awkward hour-and-a-half ride after that for them. So thank you. Thank you. The more I traveled as a child, I lived in Germany for a few years, Canada, traveled all over Europe as a child, spoke German and French, and just my parents and my dad in particular. My mom's Hungarian, escaped during the revolution in 1956. We were just in Budapest together and went into her apartment as a child where she would hide people, and it's just a beautiful story. She's actually writing a book about it, so I'm excited about her sharing her story. And my dad is French-Canadian, Irish. So I think they come by it honestly. There's a traveling Willibury element to their approach to life, and it's just been instilled in us kids that this is a planet. And that's one of the best parts of traveling, is I get to just see the food and the fabric and the fashion and the prayer and the mosques and the politics and just really get inside as much as I possibly can in short amounts of time. I wrote Thank You with Glenn in the studio after I had come home from spending some time in India. And it was just really incredible having been there. I actually went to India to kind of escape from the wildness of everything. And for the most part, I kind of blended in with all the other international tourists. Every once in a while on a train somewhere, someone would be staring at me and I would go. But for the most part, it was pretty unfettered, and it was very healing to just go to a country where my interpretation of it was that everywhere I turned, it was an invitation to pray, an invitation to go in, an invitation to be still and present. And it was really inspiring for me to be there after having toured for almost a year and a half at that point. So I came back and wrote Thank You, and it was this really sort of, it felt very surreal in a way. It just felt like I was graduating on a consciousness level. I don't know what was happening. It was pretty overwhelming and beautiful. And then and then that eventually went away, and then I've chased it ever since. But yeah, the gratitude too, because I always think of myself in go mode or planning mode, but that rest, that transition into resting and reflecting is the time where I get to say thanks, right? As opposed to what I used to do, work addiction, I would go plan, go, plan, go, plan, go, dead. Nervous breakdown, you know. So then I just included a little more transition, a little more reflection, and having come back from India where I had more time to really reflect and meditate, I was just overcome with gratitude. And then that song was written in about 15 minutes.
How about getting off of these antibiotics? How about stopping eating when I am full of? How about them transparent dangling carrots? How about that ever elusive kudo? Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence. How about me not blaming you for everything? How about me enjoying the moment for once? How about how good it feels to finally forgive you? How about grieving it all one at a time? Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence. The moment I let go of it was the moment I got more than I could handle. The moment I jumped off of it was the moment I touched down. How about no longer being masochistic? How about remembering your divinity? How about unabashedly bawling your eyes out? How about not equating death with stopping? Thank you, India. Thank you, Providence. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, nothingness. Thank you, clarity. Thank you, silence. Yeah. No. No. much. Thank you for having me. This has been an incredible experience.